Good morning, everyone. Am I live? Am I visible? Hello, am I live? Are you people there? Can someone give me a thumbs up in the chat box? Give me a minute to confirm. If I'm clearly visible, audible, I will start the session. Give me a minute to confirm. I will start. Okay, yes, I hope it's working. So I hope today we will not face any technical issue, right? So I welcome you all for today's session. A good morning, a refreshing morning, new morning to all of you with a new hope. So I welcome you all for today's session. I am Dr. Priyanka Sachdev here, and today I'm here to take an important topic from PSM, which is pending topic from the last week. So last week also we scheduled to take this topic, that is demographic cycle, but due to some technical issues we were unable to do so. That's why on huge demand of students I have rescheduled this topic for today. So today definitely I guess we are going to complete it. So are you people there? So Gajanan, you are there? Others? Rashmi, you are there? Okay. So let me start without wasting any further time. Let me start demographic cycle, right? Give me a minute, just a second. Okay. So before understanding what is demographic cycle, you must understand what is demography. The term graphy means the scientific study and demo means human population. So basically demography is the scientific study of human population. So we do the scientific study of human population, it's known as demography. Now in human population, is the size of human population is fixed? If I ask you what is the population of India, right, we will take all the data of India. So what is the population of India? Can you tell me one figure? So yearly we take the population, we measure the population, it's known as mid-year population. But every second the population is changing. Why the population is changing every second? Every second it is not fixed. Every second. Currently I am talking the population is different. The next second the population will be different. Now the population is different because of the 5 reasons. It is constantly changing. It is a dynamic process because of 5 reasons. Number 1, birth rate. Every second numerous people are taking birth on this country, on this earth. You got my point? That is fertility. Number 2, death. Many people are dying. Every second many people are dying. So fertility increases the number of population. Mortality or death decreases the number in the population. Marriage. Now in marriage the couples are moving, or the female is moving to the male, right? So it can change the population of one country to other as compared to, or one state to other. So marriage can change the population. Migration. Some families are migrating from one city to another, one place to another, because of the job, because of education. You got my point? And social mobility. So there are 5 reasons which changes the population constantly. Population's amount is not a fixed data. It is a constantly changing data, right? So these are the 5 processes which continuously work on a population. Thus it determines the size of a population. The size of population is never fixed. It is keep on changing. It is keep on changing. So if I ask you what is the population of India, can you tell me one figure? I am saying it is constantly changing. Every second it is changing. So when to measure? So we take yearly. We take it yearly. Just suppose if we talk about 2021, the last year, right? In 2021, we call it mid-year population. Mid-year. Now in a year we have 12 months. That is from January to December, which is the mid-year. Mid-year, the 7th month, the starting of the 7th month. Out of the 12 months, the starting of the 7th month, that is 1st July. So we take mid-year population on 1st July. Now, but it is changing every second now. So you have to tell me the time also. In 1st July, it's 12 a.m. Snapshot at that point is known as mid-year population. You have to take snapshot. The very next second, 12:01:02, it will differ. 1 second before also, 11:59, it will differ. But it is the snapshot at 12 a.m. 1st July. So that is known as mid-year population. So every year we take the population like this. So 2021, what is the mid-year population? 2020, what is the mid-year population? You got it? You got the meaning of this? Osama, Manish, Ayush. You got it? Roshni, Gajanan, give me a thumbs up. So that is the meaning of the mid-year population. Anyways, before understanding the 5 stages of demographic cycle, what is demographic cycle of a country, you must understand what is birth rate and death rate. Broadly, you all know. Let me give you a little bit clarification. What is birth rate? I am talking about crude birth rate and crude death rate. Crude birth rate is the number of birth taking place in that mid-year population per thousand. So the numerator is the number of birth, number of live birth I am talking about, not about the number of abortions or stillbirth. The live birth taking place upon mid-year population of that area of that country in 2000. This is crude birth rate. Why it is known as crude? We are taking all the population. We don't take any specific age, any specific female, any specific religion. No. Crude means all. So that is the crude birth rate per thousand. It's always measured per thousand. Crude birth rate. You got my point? And in the same, it is a measure of fertility actually of a country, right? Higher the crude birth rate means higher the fertility of that country. You got my point? And what is the death rate? Crude death rate. Crude death rate is the same formula. Number of death taking place upon mid-year population in 2000. So per thousand, how many deaths are taking place? That is known as crude death rate. Now in India, what are the values? What are the current values? You please tell me 2021 data, the latest data, SRS data of 2021. So in PSM now, all the data should be recent and latest, right? So always take the most recent edition of the book or notes which you are following. So all the data I have taken, it is 2021 SRS data. So I want to tell you what is the current birth rate and death rate of India. We are talking about India, right? So birth rate of India is 19.7 and death rate of India is 6. What do you mean by that? 19.7 and 6. What do you mean by that? Imagine this is our country, India. Let me take a rough map. Please don't laugh. It is a rough map, right? Now let me take a group of population anywhere in the country, 1000 people together, right? Currently they are 1000. Here 1000 people are living. But just after 1 year, if I visit the same population, how many of them will be? They will be still 1000. No, some will reproduce. Some couples may reproduce. Some will die. So after 1 year, they will not be 1000. So after 1 year, how many will be there? Apart from 1000, how many? Will they increase or will they decrease? So we will apply both birth rate also, death rate also. So current birth rate of India is 19.6. Let's assume 19 as a whole number. Actually, it's 19.6. So 19 will be added in the population. Per 1000, 19 will be added. And the death rate of India is minus 6. That is 6. 6 will be subtracted. So if you see the net result, it's plus 13, approx 13. So after 1 year, if you visit the same group, in this group now, instead of 1000, you will get 1013 people. Because 19 took birth and 6 did. So not only in this 1000, every 1000 this is the same scenario. Every 1000 this is the same scenario. So actually we are growing. The country is growing. The population size goes on increasing. Right? If we talk about the whole world, the globe, India is the second most populous country after China. We all know that. And if we continue with this scenario only, with the same birth rate and death rate, soon in 2050 we will be leading China and we will be number 1 in population, which is not a good thing. We do not want this, right? So we should start taking measures for that. For that I will teach you demographic cycle. Give me a thumbs up if you are getting it. Everyone give me a thumbs up. Are you people there? So you have to understand the data. So can you tell me Osama, Gajanand, Roshni, can you tell me what is the crude birth rate of India? The value. And what is the crude death rate for India? The value. Tell me the latest value. Tell me the latest 2021 SRS data. So if you talk about the birth rate, it's 19.6. And if you ask about the death rate, it's 6. Both are per thousand. Per thousand. I explained you the meaning of this. Yes. Very good. I explained you the meaning of this, right? So every 1000, these many people are increasing in 1 year. Every 1000, this much of people are decreasing this year. So I have taken the example. If you are taking a group of 1000 people, after 1 year, they will not be 1000. So they will not be 1000. What do you mean by that? 19 will be added and 6 will be subtracted. Broadly, we are talking as a whole number. So overall, it's plus 13. Ideally, it should be 0. So the number of population you are adding, it should be same the number you are subtracting. Then the population will become stable, almost stable. This is known as stabilized model. Every country wants to become stabilized, but very few countries currently on the globe are on this model. You got my point? Now you want these two figures to be same. We have birth rate, of course, more, almost 3 times than the death rate. Death rate is 6. Birth rate is 3 times of 6. Almost 19 or even more than 3 times. You got my point? So 2 things are there, birth rate, death rate. And both are different. Birth rate is very more and death rate is very less. You want the two things to be equal. That's why, because whatever is adding, the same thing you are subtracting. So overall, the addition will be zero. They will neutralize each other, and this is known as stable model. You got my point? You got my point? Yes. So for achieving stable model, what you have to do? There can be two possibilities. I'm saying that, listen. I'm saying birth rate is 19 and death rate is 6. I want them to become equal. There are two things. Either increase death rate, increase from 6 to 19. Can we do that? No. In country like India, there is no Hitler. Like, we cannot kill people now. We cannot increase the death rate of the country. No. We cannot take a gun and shoot the people, start shooting, or we can kill the people of the country. No one can do this, of course, because we want to increase the death rate. Death rate cannot be increased. Death rate cannot be increased. The only possibility, you decrease the birth rate and make it 6. Make it 6. You got my point? So decreasing birth rate is possible. How it is possible? You have to educate your population, the eligible couple, to reproduce less. You have to decrease the fertility. You have to decrease the fertility by educating people that India is already having burden of population, and there are many norms we will study in the family planning and all. So that's how we should concentrate on decreasing the birth rate. We cannot increase the death rate, but we can certainly reduce the birth rate. By doing so, the point when in India both will become equal, so we will enter in stabilized model. But it will take many years or maybe a century, right? So we want this model, but currently we are not in this model. Currently we are not. You got my point? So these are the actual factual data you have to learn. Okay? So if you got all these things, let me start the topic demographic cycle. Now you will have a better understanding of the topic. Give me a thumbs up, everyone. Are you people there? Can I start demographic cycle? Demographic cycle is for a country. We talk about country, right? The various countries we take. India, we talk about India. So all the countries on this globe, we have multiple countries. They pass from the 5 stages of demographic cycle. Right, currently India is in stage 3. We want to enter in stage 4, but currently we are in stage 3. There are total 5 stages. So these stages you have to understand, we are talking about country, not about people, not about some city. We are talking about countries, right? So changes or variation occurs in a stepwise manner. And one country require years, or I must say centuries, to jump from one stage to another. Currently, I have told you, India is in stage 3. We all want to enter stage 4. But it will require more than 50-100 years, I don't know. You got my point? So that is the demographic cycle. Initially, before 1920, India was in stage 1. Gradually, we entered in stage 2. And now we are in stage 3. You got my point? So there are total 5 stages in a demographic cycle. Let me quickly enumerate the stages and let me explain you the meaning of these. There are 5 stages. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. These all are for country. We are talking about India. Okay? So the first stage is high stationary. It's high but stationary, right? And then early expanding, then late expanding, then low stationary. Again, it becomes stationary and then declining, right? Ideal is stage 4. Every country wants to remain in stage 4. The stage 4 is the ideal. Let me explain you the meaning. You will yourself decide which is ideal. You got my point? This is a graph showing the 5 stages. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4 and stage 5. Let me explain you. In the graph, you have to see only 2 things. Birth rate, death rate. Birth rate, death rate. That's it. You can see the 2 graphs. Here, in this graph, you can see the full line. Can you see this full line? The full line is the birth rate. Can you see? And the dotted line, I'm drawing it with blue. The dotted line is the death rate. You have to compare birth rate with death rate. That decides in which cycle your country is. You have to see countries, birth rate and death rate. You got my point? So, let me start with stage 1. Stage 1 is such a stage, the country which is having high birth rate and high death rate. Both are very high. Birth rate is very high and death rate is also very high. Such a country is in stage 1, that is high stage. So both will neutralize each other. Birth rate and death rate both will neutralize each other and ultimately net is 0. But the point is that both are very high. Birth rate is very high. It's not good. But people are reproducing more and more. You know, my grandmother and my super grandmother, she was having 10 children. My grandmother was having 6 children. My mother is having 3. We are 3 siblings. I'm having 1. So, you know, there is a gradual decline in the fertility. Nowadays, it is taking place because of the population burden. You got my point? Having birth rate high for a country is not very good thing. And death rate high indicates the health services in that country are not good. You know, in some country, if I say death rate is very high, you will say what doctors are doing, why they are not saving the people, why people are dying in that country. If in some country the death rate is high, it indicates the health services in that country are poor. So it is also not good thing. You got my point? So both are not good thing. The birth rate high and death rate high. But if they all are, both of them are high, so they will neutralize each other. They are equal and they will neutralize. You got my point? So just suppose plus 25 and minus 25. Both will neutralize each other. So population is stationary, but it's high, on higher side. You got my point? India was in this stage till 1920. Before 1920, India was in stage 1. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. You got my point? Can you see this is birth rate and this is death rate? Both are almost equal. In stage 1, can you see here? Both are almost equal. So they will cancel each other. They will cancel each other. But you know, the population is in stable model, but it's higher side. It's higher side. It's not a good thing. So let me come to stage 2. What is stage 2? Stage 2 is early expanding. Now, we have great scientists in our country. You got my point? Research workers, scientists. So the medical field goes on advancing day by day. We are getting newer drugs, newer techniques, newer diagnostic therapies. You got my point? So the health services go on improving. And now after few years, you doctors, the great doctors, you will be launched in the market. You will start treating the people. So of course, you will bring some upliftment in the health services. Yes or no? So my point is that we are improving day by day our healthcare services. So we worked on the death rate. Death rate begin to decline, but still people are uneducated. Most of the people are unaware. Birth rate is still high. Most of the people have mentality having multiple children is a good thing, right? So still it is the mentality. You got my point? So it is stage 2. Stage 2 made death rate begin to decline. See here, see, everyone see. In stage 1, both were high and cancelling, neutralizing each other. In stage 2, death rate started declining. Why death rate started declining? Because of improvement of the healthcare services. Good doctors, good nursing staff, good hospitals, good techniques, good drug, good health minister. You got my point? But the birth rate is still same. Birth rate is still same. So the model is not good. Can you see here what I mean? Listen. The population is going expanding. See the gap. See the gap. It is expanding. It is expanding. Got my point? Here it was stable. It was stable. It was not expanding because both were neutralizing each other. You have to see the gap between birth and death. The gap word is important. Give me a thumbs up. Come on. So here both are equal. So it were neutralizing. But here both are not equal. We have worked on the death rate. We have decreased the death rate. But birth rate is still high. So it is known as second stage, that is early expanding. The population is expanding in early stages. Give me a thumbs up. So here population goes on growing slowly, right? India was in this stage for 10 years. From 1920 to 1930. India was in this stage. Currently we are in stage 3. After 1930, we entered in stage 3 until today we are in stage 3 only. Stage 3 is a trap. Stage 3 is a trap. You got my point? I will tell you. But currently South Asia and Africa are still in stage 2. These two countries are still. India was in this stage. Was in the past. Before 1930, but these two countries are still in this phase. You got my point? So learn the examples. Let me talk about the next phase, the stage 3. Stage 3. In stage 3, the death rate goes on declining. Good doctors, good healthcare services, it goes on declining. We are working on that now. We want to improve our healthcare system, right? Initially, the average lifespan was less. But nowadays, we are increasing the average lifespan of humans on India, on this earth, even on our country, because by providing good healthcare services to them. So we are decreasing. Still, the death rate becomes more decline. But the people are educated nowadays. They become aware and they understood the fact that having multiple children is not a good thing. It is a vicious cycle. So fertility is also decreased in the people because of the awareness, because of the better contraceptive services given to the population. So being a doctor, we should provide better contraceptive services to the couple, right? So unwanted fertility should not be there. Only planned fertility should be there. You got my point? So we are working to decrease the birth rate. So birth rate started to decline first time, right? And population will grow. Still it is expanding. But it is late expanding. यहाँ पे early expanding था, यहाँ पे late था. Now listen everyone here. So let's talk about the death rate. Death rate. This is stage 1, this is stage 2, this is stage 3. Let's talk about death rate. Death rate. First talk about death rate. In stage 1, death rate and birth rate both were equal and opposite but on higher side. So it is known as high stationary. In stage 2, death rate decreases, started declining, but birth rate is still same. Right? It is known as early expanding because population is expanding. In stage 3, death rate still more decline. We are improving day by day. We are improving the healthcare services. But people got aware now because they are not reproducing much. So the birth rate also tend to fall now. Right? Now see the gap. In stage 1, both were equal and opposite. So population was not expanding. It is known as stationary. That's why known as stationary but on higher side, high stationary. Here the population is expanding. Here also the population is expanding. Right? So here also it is expanding. Here also it is expanding. It is early expanding. It is late expanding. Give me a thumbs up. Everyone give me a thumbs up. You got it? Say yes. So India entered in this phase now. We are in this phase after 1930 and till date we are in this phase. But this phase is a trap. This phase is a trap. You got my point? You are going on working good doctors, producing good doctors. So you day by day you are decreasing the death rate. Of course, we should do it. But birth rate is not decreasing in that proportion to death rate. I told you now, in India, death rate is 6. Every 1,006 people are dying in 1 year. But birth rate is almost 19.6, 19.7, whatever it is. So every 1,019 people are taking birth, but only 6 are dying. So there is a big gap. Right? More people are coming and less people are going. It is not a balance. It is not a stable model. So one day it will be explosive. It will be like a bomb. The population will explode. So this is the explosive, the most dangerous model. So you should work on this to decrease this. We cannot increase this, but we can decrease the birth rate. Give me a thumbs up. I guess you are getting, right? So let me start the 4th stage, the most ideal stage. We all want to enter in this stage. It is our wish, right? So the death rate is still low. But we worked on the birth rate and at one stage, birth rate and death rate become equal and they cancel each other. So death rate, just suppose it is 6. Currently, birth rate is 19. But if we can reduce it to 6, that day, India will enter in stage 4. So birth rate and death rate will cancel each other. You got my point? Whatever it is, both will cancel each other. Now, it is for sure that in future, death rate will not increase. It will decrease, right? Unless until some natural calamity will come, like volcano, like earthquake, like floods, that suddenly causes some death rate, death in bulk. You got my point? Death in mass. Otherwise, death rate will fall in future also. But birth rate, we have to work. So the day when birth rate and death rate again become equal, but on lower side, both are 6-6, not 25-25. Both are 6-6. At that day, population will become stationary. And that is the ideal model. India wants to enter in this stage. You got my point? So that is the stage 4. You can see here, you all can see here, we want this. Birth rate and death rate, both on lower side. And I want them to cancel each other. So this is also stationary, but low stationary. Compare stage 4 with stage 1. Both are stationary. Birth rate, death rate equal. In stage 1 also, this is birth rate, this is death rate. And birth rate, death rate equal in stage 4 also. But in stage 1, they are on higher side. In stage 4, they are on lower side. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. So as I've told you, India want to enter in this phase, but currently Austria already in this phase. Already it is zero population growth phase. Stage 4 is known as zero population growth because they are cancelling each other. It is not Australia, mind my words. It is Austria. Austria is different from Australia, right? It is the Austria which is already in this phase. It is already, right? The only luckiest country on this earth, right? The next 3 which are in the line, UK, Denmark, Sweden and Belgium, right? They have growth rate of only 0.1. Means they have birth rate which is little higher than the death rate. A little higher. The difference is only 0.1. So they will work on it and soon they will enter in this phase. Soon they will make it equal. Give me a thumbs up. India must enter. The word is must. Must enter in this phase at the earliest. But currently it is not. Right? So it is the responsibility of all doctors, you, me, all of us. If we work as a team and if we educate the people regarding this, regarding the explosion, we provide them proper contraceptive services. We provide them proper contraceptive advices. We can help our country to bring in this model soon. Give me a thumbs up. So it is the collective responsibility of all of us. Can we go ahead? Learn the examples. The last stage is the declining stage, the 5th stage. What do you mean by that? Here, in stage 4, now I'm teaching you stage 5. In stage 4, birth rate, death rate were already equal on the lower side, the ideal model, right? Now, is it possible, you tell me, is it possible that death rate is less than the birth rate? Birth rate is less than the death rate. Is it possible? Is it possible? The death rate is 6. The death rate is still 6. It is 6, right? But birth rate is lower than that. It can be 4, it can be 3. Is it possible? So population is not stable. Population is go on declining day by day, right? Every 1,000, every 1 year, the 6 people are dying, but only 3 people are taking birth. So it is negative model. You got my point? The population is declining. So birth rate is lower than the death rate, or death rate is higher than the birth rate, one and the same thing. The population is not stable, it is declining. Again, it is not an ideal model. No country wants this model, because if it will continue forever, ever, the country will extinct from the globe. One day will come. So no country want to extinct now. You all want to survive. The country will be surviving, right? So Germany and Hungary are in this stage. Their population is declining day by day, right? They are in negative model, stage 5. Germany and Hungary. Learn the examples. Learn the examples. This is after effects of the Second World War. The country have declining phase. So these are the 5 stages. The 5 stages. Everyone give me a thumbs up. Can you people hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's talk about their birth rate and death rate. Who will help me? Who will help me? Osama, Ayush, Roshni, Sushil, Gajanan. Who will help me? Ikwira, please. Stage 1, what about birth rate, death rate? Say, ma'am, both are high and equal. They cancel each other. That's why stage 1 is known as stationary phase. It's stationary but high stationary. Both are high. Just for say both are 25. 25, 25. Birth rate is also high. Death rate is also high. Both are bad things. Birth rate high indicates your population is not educated, not aware, not using contraceptives properly. And death rate high indicates your country don't have good healthcare services. Both are bad. You got my point? What is stage 2? Stage 2 mein birth rate is still high, but death rate started declining. So birth rate still high, but death rate started declining. It is early expanding. It's known as early expanding, right? In stage 3, death rate still more declining, but birth rate first time started declining. So you can get 2 MCQs. Listen, everyone listen. If the question is asked, in which phase the death rate first time started declining? So your answer is stage 2. In stage 2, first time the death rate is declining. Initially both were high. And in which stage the birth rate first time started declining? So your answer is stage 3. You got my point? Both are MCQs, right? So you should learn it. You should understand it. In stage 4, both are low but equal opposite, so they cancel each other. So population again stable model, balanced model. And stage 5, the death rate is declining, the birth rate become lower than the death rate. You got my point? So this is the thing you have to learn. You should be able to make the graph, right? So these are the 5 stages. Can you help me in making the 5 stages, the 5 graphs? Here we can do so. So we can do so with your help like this. So let me start from this point. So we will draw stage 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Can you help me? Yes, you can. Say, ma'am, it's birth rate and its death rate. Both are high. Both are high but equal opposite, right? So it's stage 1. In stage 1, both are high but equal opposite. I'm, repeating the same thing again and again so that it fits in your permanent memory. You can write a theory question also in your university exams and you should be able to solve all the MCQs. I will help you with the MCQs right now. What happened in stage 2? In stage 2, birth rate is still same, still high, but death rate started declining. So just decline the death rate. So population is expanding. See the expansion. You got my point? What will happen in stage 3? In stage 3, the death rate still more declining, but birth rate first time started towards declining. But still the balance is not, it is expanding. It is expanding. What will happen in stage 4? The birth rate and death rate become equal and opposite to each other. So they cancel each other, right? But on lower side. And in stage 5, the birth rate is lower than the death rate. So this is stage 5. Everyone give me a thumbs up. You got it? You got it? The 5 stages. So currently India, where is India? Where I should write in India? India is here. We are here, right? Before 1920, we were here. 1920 to 1930, we were here. And 1930 onwards till date, we are here. We want to enter here. This is the ideal stage. And learn the current examples in each of them. The current example, the current country is here, 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 here. Stage 5, Germany and Hungary. Germany and Hungary, stage 5. Stage 4, Austria. Only one example, Austria, and the next 3 which are in the row is UK, Belgium, Sweden. You have to learn it, right? India is in stage 3. Give me a thumbs up. So these are all MCQs based on demographic cycle. So if you are a third prof student and PSM is a major subject and this question is going to come for a long question, the 5 mark, 20 mark, whatever. So you have to write, you have to draw this graph first of all and take one stage and describe it. So describe what is the birth rate, what is the death rate, what are the reasons for that, and what are the examples, which countries are there currently in that phase. So you will get full marks if you can describe that. You got my point? So this is all about. Now let me tell you one more thing, few terminologies, few definition before ending this session. So demographic cycle is over. We will solve some MCQs on that. Do you know what is demographic transition? Do you know what is demographic window? Do you know what is demographic dividend, demographic gift, and demographic trap? Let me help you with the terms, right? All of them are good for the short questions also, and many MCQs also come from these points. The first thing is demographic transition. What do you mean by transition? Transition is from stage 1 to stage 4. Every country wants to do so. Every country starts from stage 1 and we all want to go to stage 4. So we all want to enter from high birth rate, high death rate to low birth rate to low death rate. So for this, currently India is in transition. We are in stage 3 now. We are here. We are in transition process. So this is known as demographic transition. Every country is doing the transition. Most of them. Who are in stage 1, they have not yet started. Who are already in stage 4, they have completed their transition. Most of the countries on this globe, on this earth, they are in transition. So they want to enter from high birth rate, high death rate towards low birth rate, low death rate. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. We all want to enter in this model. The name of the model is zero population growth. The day we enter, it is the most stable model, right? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. The second is the trap. All the countries which are in stage 2 or stage 3, they are in a trap. They are in a trap. What do you mean by the term trap? Trap means it is high birth rate and low death rate. That is the trap. This is a trap. Population cannot decline because of this trap. You understand the meaning. Low death rate means you are improving your health services. Are you improving your health services? Yes. In the health services, the most important role is of doctors. We all are doctors. Of course, after doctors, there is the nursing staff and all, and the infrastructure, the hospitals, the machines and everything. So all constitute the health services, right? So of course, we all are great doctors. So we have good researchers, we have scientists. So we are going on decreasing death rate day by day, and we are feeling happy of it. Of course we are, right? But birth rate is still high because of unawareness of the people, or some social taboos are there. People think we should reproduce more to prove the fertility, or the more children we are having in future we will become rich. So there are many taboos in the society, right? So it is a trap. The population can never be stable. It is known as demographic trap. Give me a thumbs up, right? The third is the demographic window. Now, in all population, what is the population of India? Whatever it is. In all population, we can divide the population age-wise. So 0 to 5 years, how many people are there? 5 to 10, how many people are there? 10 to 15, how many people are there? 15 to 65, directly I am taking 15 to 65, how many people are there? And more than 65, the senior citizens, how many are there? So this is my split. You got my point? So tell me the number in each of them. Listen. Out of all this split, the most productive age group is this one. This is the working population of a country. Every country wants this maximum people of this age group, because this is working. People less than 15 years don't work. They are children. People more than 65 years, they don't work. They are senior citizens. So the working population of any country, not only of India, of any country is considered 15 to 65 years of age. In some books it is written 55, in some books it is written 65. So take it as 65. 15 to 65 is the working group. The more amount of people you are having in this group, better is for your country, because they all will work, they all will earn. They all will earn money. They will work something. So country will become richer and richer and richer if you have more of this population. But if your country have less of this population, more children or more old people, so the population less than 15 years and the population more than 65, it is known as dependent population. They don't earn, they are dependent on them, right? So our children are dependent on us, our parents, the senior citizen, grandparents, they are dependent on. So this is dependent population, right? So for a country we are talking about, not about a family, right? So for a nation, when we talk, when the proportion of working age group population, that is 15 to 55 or 65 years, is maximum, it is prominent, those years for a country is the demographic window, right? Currently India is in demographic window, right? India is in demographic window from 2010 to 2050, right? In this period, India have maximum working population. Maximum people in the India are working. Dependent are less, working are more. But since working population are reproductive age group, now the age group is 15 to 55. They all can reproduce. So gradually they will reproduce, and one time will come when children will be more, and one time will come when the old age will be more, because we are decreasing the death rate day by day. So that day when the dependent population will become prominent, now after 2050, India will be no more in demographic window. So what is demographic window? For any country, that period, the 30-40 years of period, in that period the working population is maximum, the dependent population is less. So there are two type of population, the working population and the dependent population. The working population is 15 to 55 years and dependent is less than 15 and more than 55 years. This is dependent. So any country, when this is maximum and this is less, it happens only for 30 to 40 years. So that span is the golden period for that country. Give me a thumbs up if you got it. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. So this is known as demographic window, right? What is demographic dividend? Demographic dividend. Now working population, when the country have maximum working population 15 to 55 years. So the country will do more and more economic growth during that period, right? Because the working population is more now. They all are working, they all are earning. This population is going to other countries and earning in other currency, I must say in dollars and other, and they are bringing in our own country. So the country become economically well sound, economically rich, I must say. So economic growth of the country is maximum during those. So we are seeing now India ke abhi golden periods chal raha hai, the golden years. So because the working population is maximum, it will be till 2050. 50 के बाद वापस dependent population वापस आएगा. It cannot be forever. You got my point? So that is known as demographic dividend. जो favorable effects है ना, इसकी वजह से it is known as demographic gift, right? So there are two terminologies. जब when working population is more and dependent is less, it is known as demographic bonus. It is the bonus for that country. And when dependent population is more, that is children are more or senior citizen are more, and working is less, that is known as demographic burden. Actually it is not a burden, but yeah, that population is not working. That's why we call them as a burden. So the population less than 15 or more than 55, they are called as demographic burden because they don't earn, they don't work. So that is the two terms you must understand. We are talking about a nation, about a country. The demographic bonus and the demographic burden. Give me a thumbs up, everyone. You got it? Say yes. So what is demographic bonus for a country? When the dependent population decline and working population is predominant. That is the bonus for a country, right? And what is burden? When the old age dependency ratio is more, right? So that is known as burden. Give me a thumbs up. The last thing you must understand here is the growth rate. What is growth rate? The difference between birth rate and death rate is the growth rate of a country. So at what rate India is growing? Can you tell me the growth rate for India? I have told you the values. Come on. What is the value of birth rate? What is the value of death rate? The current values, subtract them. So at that rate India is growing. So the birth rate in India is 19.7. The death rate in India is 6. So 19.7 minus 6, if you do, it will be approx 13.6 divided by 10. We take it as a decade every 10 years. So divide by 10, it will be 1.3. So currently India is in 1.3. That is the growth rate of India. So growth rate of India is birth rate minus death rate upon 10. This is the formula of growth rate. At the rate the country is growing. Give me a thumbs up if you got it. Give me a thumbs up if you got it. Yes, the growth rate is there. ठीक है? So can you tell me the growth rate in all 5 phases? Let's talk about the growth rate in all 5 phases. I'm sorry. Yes. So who will tell me? Gajanan, Ayush, Roshni, in phase 1. What is the growth rate? Roshni, what is the growth rate in phase 1? In phase 1, you will say, ma'am, it's 0 because the birth rate is equal to death rate. They will cancel each other. So if you apply the formula, birth rate minus death rate, it's going to be 0. So same 0 in stage 4 also. So stage 1 and stage 4 have 0 growth rate. Right? But here some growth rate is positive. Here also it's positive value. In stage 5, it will be a negative value. Because here the formula is birth rate minus death rate. But in stage 5, birth rate is lower than death rate. So the thing is going to be negative. You got my point? So this is the thing. Maximum growth rate is in stage 3. So currently we are in stage 3, the maximum growth rate. Got my point? Yes, Ayush. So in stage 1 and 4, it's 0. In stage 2 and 3, it's positive. But more positive in stage 3 as compared to stage 2. And in stage 5, it's going to be negative. Is it clear? Ayush, Gajanan, others, Osama, is it clear? Give me a thumbs up if it is clear. So that is about the growth rate, right? So after that, we will do some MCQs and you will answer me. Say yes. So this is the first question. I want to see who is first to answer. Can you tell me demographic gap attained its maximum limit in which stage? I am saying the gap. The demographic gap is the gap between birth rate and death rate. Birth rate or death rate के बीच का gap कहाँ? In the graph, where is the maximum gap between the two lines? The birth rate and death rate. Stage 1, 2, 3, 4. Where the gap is maximum? I'm asking you. Come on, answer me. Let me see if I can see your chat. Give me a minute. Yes, I can. Yes, can you tell me? Yes. So what is the gap? So Gajanan is saying C. Ayush is saying C. What about others? Everyone participate. So yes, C is the correct answer. In stage 3, the gap is maximum. I'm sorry. It's late stage 2. Okay. Let me explain you. See the option. Gajanan, Ayush, see the option. It's late stage 3 and late stage 2. I will show you the graph. Listen. Can you see the graph here? This is the birth rate. This is the death rate. Let's talk about stage 2 and stage 3. Gajanan, Ayush, listen. Late stage 2 is this one. The ending of the stage 2. And late stage 3 is this one, the ending of the stage 3. Now you yourself tell where is the gap maximum. You got confused. Where is the gap maximum? Ayush, Gajanan, I am asking you. Where is the gap maximum? Can you see in late stage 2 or late stage 3? Where you can see? I can see here. The gap is maximum here in late stage 2. Give me a thumbs up. Yes, Gajan. Yes. So read the options properly. So that's why the correct answer is 2. Very logical question. Say yes. Can we go ahead? Give me a minute. Can we go ahead? Yes. Please everyone participate. Okay. This is the next question. Contraction of the demographic gap starts in which stage? Contraction of the gap. The contraction of the gap. Start in stage 1, late stage 2, early stage 3 or stage 4. Think before you answer. I am asking the contraction, the starting point of the contraction of this gap. The starting point of the contraction of this gap. So Rahul is saying C, Ayush is saying C. Early stage 3. What about others? The contraction. Priyanka is also saying C. Gajanan is yes. You all are right. So as I have told you, here is the maximum gap now. You have seen. So see this. Stage 2 and stage 3 only you have to see. Right? This is how. So I told you, see the gap. The most important is the gap. So gap is going on increasing. In late stage 2, it's maximum. And then again started decreasing. You got my point? So the contraction started at this point. Early stage 3. Right? So the answer is early stage 3. So the word early and late have a meaning. So early means starting point of that phase and late means the end point of that phase. So you have to draw the graph to understand the meaning of that. So correct answer is this. You got it? Can we go ahead? The next question is in front of you. Can you tell me the answer? In which stage of demographic cycle India is currently? This question repeated many times. Repeated MCQ. The most easy answer. Can you tell me? Is it high stationary, late expanding, early stationary or low stationary? Yes. So it's not at all stationary. We are in stationary model. We are in stage 3. What is the name of stage 3? It's late expanding. Yes, you all are right. The correct answer is B. We all are in late expanding. So can you tell me what is late expanding stage in which currently India is? What is the late expanding stage? Can you describe it? Read the 4 options. Birth rate is stationary, death rate continues to fall. Is it the scenario? Read about birth rate and death rate. Or death rate is declining faster than birth rate. Or birth rate declines, death rate remains the same. Or death rate is less than the birth rate. What you want to say? Tell me the correct answer. Explain stage 3. Can you describe stage 3? Can you all describe stage 3? Please try it out. Please try it out. So Ayush is saying B, Priyanka is saying C, whatever, I don't know. Rahul is saying C. Yes. Stage 3 में क्या होता है? What is happening in stage 3? Yes. So death rate is not same. Why you people are saying C? I don't know. Correct answer is B. Listen, listen. Let me show you the graph. Read option B and C. What is B? Death rate decline faster than birth rate. Where is the graph? Yes. So see, in stage 3 as compared to stage 2, the death rate is still declining. The death rate is still, it is not same. Why you are saying same? Death rate same kind. It is go on declining. So birth rate also started declining, but the problem is that the decline of the death rate is faster as compared to decline of birth rate. Both are towards lower side. Both are declining, but death rate is declining faster than the birth rate. Give me a thumbs up. Those who are saying B, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. You got my point? The correct answer is B, not C. Jin ne bola tha, give me a thumbs up. Right, what you are saying, Ayush, I didn't got it. Death rate and birth rate are all decreasing, but birth rate is decreasing slower. Yes, Ayush, that is my point. Yes, that is what I am saying. So the correct answer is B, not C. Birth rate declines, death rate remain the same. No, it is not the thing. Both are declining, but death rate is faster as compared to birth rate. So don't get confused in exam, right? Your concept should be crystal clear. Say yes. This is the next question in front of you. Can you tell me the answer? Early expanding stage. What is early expanding stage? What is the name? It's stage 2, I guess. Can you describe stage 2? India was in this stage up to 1920 to 30. After that, we escaped from this stage and we are coming in stage 3. We are currently in stage 3. So in stage 2, what is there? Can you describe the birth rate and death rate? Can you help me? Decrease birth rate, decrease death rate, increase birth rate, increase death rate, or so these are both decrease. These are both increase. Decrease birth rate, increase death rate, or unchanged birth rate. Unchanged, it is constant birth rate and decreased death rate. Can you describe stage 2? Stage 2. Yes, so Priyanka and Gajanand are saying D. Ayush is yes. So the correct answer is D. You got it? Yes. So can you see the birth rate is still unchanged? In stage 2 I am talking about. The birth rate is still same as that of stage 1. But the death rate started declining. So this is the description of stage 2. So when these questions come in your exam, now you get confused. Now in the era of image based question, you can imagine how many image based question can be created on this graph. This graph can be given to you and multiple image based question can be created on this. You should be able to answer all of them if you understood the concept. The concept is important. Don't learn the things, just understand the concept. The graph is very simple. And if you understand the graph, you can answer all theory questions also. Well, you can answer. You don't have to learn. You don't have to mug up. Say yes. You got it? This is the next question. Current annual growth rate. Annual growth rate ka formula kya hai? What is the formula of growth rate? I told you, no? So read the 4 option. Is it birth rate minus death rate? Or is it death rate minus birth rate? Or is it decadal growth rate upon 10? Or is it birth rate plus? It is plus. Plus hai ki minus hai? Death rate. What is the formula? What you will say? What you will say? Yes. So it's birth rate minus death rate. It's minus. It's not plus. Of course it's minus. Right? Yeah, if you calculate every 10 years, so it will be upon 10, but the basic formula. But the basic. So question, someone was saying C, na? Okay, I got it. C is also correct. But in the question, annual is asked. Please mind it. Decadal is not asked. Decadal. Priyank, decadal is not asked. Annual is asked. So don't divide by 10. Don't divide by 10. So just birth rate minus death rate will be annual growth rate. But if you want to calculate every 10 years, divide by 10. Give me a thumbs up. So correct answer is A. Correct answer is A. You got my point? Can you tell me the next question? Crude birth rate is the simplest measure of fertility because it includes what? The denominator is what? Can you tell me the denominator? Is it includes? Okay. Is it include total population, mid-year population, live birth or preterm birth? What is the denominator of crude birth rate? Of course, the denominator is mid-year population, which is taken on 1st July. Yes, it is taken on 1st July. You got my point? You got my point? Can you do the calculation for me? Can you do the calculation for me? Birth rate is 42, death rate is 31. What is the annual growth rate? Can you calculate the annual growth rate? You know the formula of growth rate. I told you the formula of growth rate. You tell me in percentage, huh? I'm asking in percentage. I'm asking in percentage. Can you tell me the answer? Come on. Yes? What is the correct answer? Yes, most of you are right. The correct answer is 1.1. I told you how to calculate it. It's 42 minus 31 divided by 10. It will be in percentage. Say yes. So this question already done. The denominator of birth rate, it's mid-year population repeated many times. Right? So I would like to stop here. Do you have any doubt in this topic? Still, if you have any doubt in this topic or any of the topic of PSM, patho, pharma, micro, please don't forget to ask your doubt here on this contact number. If you want the notes of this topic or any of topic which is taught by me, I can share the notes PDF also. So you have to contact on number. This is my contact number. It's 9833032948. Contact me either on WhatsApp or on Telegram. Leave a text message. I will definitely get back to you. If you want the notes, ask directly on the Telegram, because the file size is big. I will not be able to share the notes on the WhatsApp. So if you want the notes, contact on Telegram. If you have any other doubt, you can ask anywhere, right? So don't forget to share your college name, university, exam dates, right? So I can help you some plan which is specific for you, how to study with a more effective output. You got my point? So thank you very much for being with me. If you like the lecture, don't forget to click on the like button and please leave a comment. I love to hear from you. Don't forget to share the link with all your friends, colleagues, and don't forget to press on the bell icon. If you are not pressing the bell icon for further notification on this channel, you are doing a big mistake, right? So see you all tomorrow. Daily I teach 9 a.m. live. Daily except Sundays, right? So see you all tomorrow with a new topic, new important topic tomorrow morning 9 a.m. right? So thank you very much. Bye bye. Study hard. All the best and stay happy, stay blessed, stay healthy and give your best today, right? So give every day your best shot. So at the end, when you go to sleep now, you should be satisfied from inside that I have done my best today, right? Whatever I can study, whatever I can do, what is your schedule today? First write down on a paper and stick in front of you and go on tick mark whenever you are finishing the topics. Whatever is your schedule today, the more tick mark till end, the more satisfaction you will get. I always give this advice. So start your day with a to-do list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a priority order. So first I will finish this, then this, then this, then this, then this. Once the job are done, whatever is your job, whatever is your schedule, just go on ticking. The tick, it give me big satisfaction. This is done. This is done. Till end, if at least 80-90% of your planned things are done, you will get a good sleep. You will get a satisfied sleep. So plan your day always before you start, right? See you, bye-bye. And I want to see you again tomorrow morning 9 a.m. Bye-bye. I'm ending this session.